Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. Today I'm starting a new series. I don't know how long it will go on for, as long as I have the stories. I was checking a scrapbook earlier yesterday and I noticed the first gig I did was 1982. It's been nearly 40 years of doing gigs, ironically, apart from the last 18 months where I've not even rehearsed, never mind do a gig. Anyway, my point was I was going to tell some stories. There's nearly 40 years of gigs. I've got some what are maybe funny stories, so I'm going to call this So This One Time. I will start the story with So This One Time. This is episode 1. So this one time, the Sheffield Wah-Wah incident. So I'm in a band, Dead Eyes Opened. It's Dead Eyes Open chaps. And we're playing a gig in Sheffield. I don't know if you know where Sheffield is, but it's just south of Leeds, kind of in line with Manchester. So we travelled down from Edinburgh to Sheffield. Me, Spooks and Gash to do a gig. It was at a small gothic type festival. I think there was 6 or 7 bands playing. And look at the stage. I mean, I never understand this. There's like 6 or 7 bands playing, and 5 of the bands insist on bringing their own backline. I mean, there's about 6 amps on stage. Whenever I go and do a gig and there's loads of bands playing, it's like, let's just all use a shared backline. Because if you don't, it can go tragically wrong, which is part of the story. So we get there and I'm using a Boss ME20. Boss ME20, which on the far right hand side, that is a volume pedal. But it's also a wah-wah pedal. If you step on it really hard, it becomes a wah-wah pedal. You can tell how this story is going to go. So, like all these festivals, there's no real sound check for the sport bands. I think we were on first or second or something like that. So we only get like 2 minutes before you go on stage. You go and plug into an amp and see how it sounds, and then you have to go. So somebody said, oh, you can use a Marshall amp. So I plug into the Marshall amp and I start playing my guitar, and I thought, my God, that's like really trebly, like ear-piercingly trebly. And went to the amp, turned all the bass all the way up and the treble all the way down, and it was still horrendous. And meanwhile, the stage manager saying, you guys have to start in 30 seconds. I was like, what? And we just had to go ahead. I mean, it's possibly the worst guitar sound I've ever had on stage. And then we started playing. I mean, it gets worse. Started playing. And because we didn't have any sound check, we didn't have a drummer, so we had a backing track. And we burst into the first song. Backing track comes on, and then we start playing. And we couldn't hear the backing track properly. So we went on for about 30 seconds, and then we had to say, whoa. We had to stop proceedings at a gig with people watching. We had to say, whoa, that's enough. We can't go on, so we had to start again. Had to turn the backing track up a bit so we could actually hear it. So I then proceeded to play 27 minutes of a 30-minute set with the worst ear-piercing guitar sound you have ever heard. And then just when it came to the last song, I normally turn the volume down a bit and I put my foot on the volume pedal, and it was only then I realised I'd put the bloody wah-wah on and it was on full. So I did almost the entire gig with a screeching wah-wah guitar sound. I mean, why people didn't rush the stage and beat me up, I don't know. So that was this one time in Sheffield. The moral of this story is, always check your wah-wah pedal is switched off. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Cheers for now.